On our Hanging With segment today, we're joined by the Raging Cajun, Lash Leroux. And of course, real name Mark. I know Mom didn't name you Lash. I just wondered, I know most of these fans are probably too young to remember, but I know who the original Lash Leroux was. Do you remember?
Oh, absolutely. It's funny because with my last name being Leroux, even though it's spelled different, everyone remembers the old cowboy Lash Leroux in the days of Gene Autry and all that stuff, Roy Rogers. And with my last name being Leroux, from the time I was a little kid, anytime someone heard that last name Leroux, Lash just stuck with it. So I've been called that from the time I was a kid, whether I was wrestling or not wrestling.
And speaking of wrestling, that started in high school, right? You were on a high school team?
Oh, absolutely. I was fairly successful. I was started varsity when I was in 9th grade, won a junior high state tournament, and then my junior year of high school, I actually got 3rd place in state wrestling tournament. Our team won overall my sophomore year. We got 2nd place in state as a team. So we did really well at wrestling and football. I had a really successful football team too, winning state, going undefeated our junior year.
And then about a year and a half out of high school, you found your way to Atlanta and to the power plant, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of funny. It kind of ties into the artwork, as a matter of fact. I was in college, going to medical school, actually, trying to study to be a doctor. And I'd always loved drawing, loved the artwork, and took a semester off to try to draw cartoons, thinking maybe I could sell my cartoons here and there. And then I went back to watching wrestling again, and WCW was having their advertisements for the power plant. And as you said before, being a somewhat successful amateur wrestler, I thought, hey, I can try it anyway. And it's all history from there.
And here you are. And of course, we all know he's a wrestler. We know his history in that department, but he's got another talent, and a very, very, very good talent, and that is as a caricature artist. And if our cameraman can hone in, if you don't know who this guy is, and you haven't been watching wrestling, because that is Mrs. Foley's favorite son, Mick.
Absolutely. I always, like I said, I love doing the cartoon, I love doing the drawing, and as tough as this business is, wrestling, to break into, it's funny, I actually found my way into wrestling, was able to break into wrestling before I made good money drawing and cartooning.
You know, a guy named Jerry the King Lawler also got his start in this way. Show him another one of those pictures.
This would
The Rock.
Yeah, this is kind of a project I'm working on right now, WWF coloring book, and so, you know, needless to say, drawing the guys, just drawing a character, a simple line drawing, kids can fill in the colors there.
Y2J.
Another picture of Chris Jericho right there. I just colored that one in myself. I do a lot of this work on computer. I'll do my cartoons. I'll freehand draw them, scan them in my computer, and then drop in the colors and the lettering.
And this cartoon you did for the WCW magazine, is that right?
Absolutely. I was actually doing it on a regular basis. Every month I was doing a cartoon for WCW magazine, and then I tried to do it timely, you know, depending on what the storylines were at the time, and who's fighting who, and you know what the feuds are, and try to tie it in there. And so, you know, every month it got to be a regular thing, lashing out cartoon there.
So this is probably what you're looking to do once you're out of the squared circle. Then once your wrestling career is over, you're going to pursue the artwork.
Absolutely. It's a lot easier on your body, Les. I look at it like this. If I just protect my right hand the whole time I'm wrestling, right, the rest of my body could just do whatever happens to it, be disabled or whatever. As long as that hand still works, I figure I can draw until I die, right?
All right, there you go. And that's been our Hang With segment today, the very multi-talented Lash Leroux.